channel, and I've finally set myself up to get ready and do some more painting. It's been some time. This lockdown and this COVID has just taken over all the love that I do in painting. So I have a challenge set. I intend to do 5 paintings in 5 days. Yes, 5 paintings in 5 days. Generally I take more than 1 day to do a painting because I like to take the time on it. I like to make sure that I've got all the depth in a painting that I like. So I've set myself up, I've got myself a challenge, and I've got all my workstation ready to go. So here we go. The first stage is a quick sketch of the image that I've already selected. I've got myself a nice hard pencil and I'm going to do some masking. So I've done a quick behind it. This masking fluid a really good shake because it's been some time since I've used it. There we go. If you've seen any of my painting videos before, you'll see that I like to mask out the foreground so that the shape is still there for me. I've got a nice thick layer of this masking fluid on. Okay, so I've played around a little bit on the sky. This sky is full of so many colours. It's got the yellows, the oranges, the purples, the blues, the pinks, and of course the beautiful whites. So I've dappled. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm not going to be afraid that it's not similar to the image that I've selected. I'm feeling the sky. And that's what you need to do when you're doing your own artwork, is don't be afraid of making a mistake. It's how you're expressing yourself, and this is my expression of this amazing tree and this little bit of landscape and the beautiful sky. From the images that I've done before, it's the sky that gives it a dramatic expression. Okay, so now I'm at the stage where I'm going to take away the masking fluid. So if you're thinking of what masking fluid I use, this is the masking fluid that I use. They're all pretty much the same, so don't worry. So, it's dry. So I'm going to gently just rub off the masking fluid. Once you pick a little bit, grab it, pull it away from the paper. This isn't an accurate interpretation of the tree. It's just a little bit of shape and form that's going to help me put it back into my image. I didn't want the tree to get in the way of me doing the sky. I wanted to have the freedom of being able to paint the sky without worrying about where the tree was going to be. The wonderful thing when you take off the masking fluid is you finally get some depth into your image. The tree comes alive in front of the sky. And for me, that's what's the magic about art, is to be able to feel and see that depth. So now I've got a palette of greens ready, along with my yellows and ochres from the beautiful sky. So I'm going to just progress, get this amazing landscape down.
These are the days of the endless summer. These are the days, the time is now. There is no past, there's only future. There's only
so I've got the first layer of the landscape down. I'm not going to work on the tree just yet. There's still a little bit of texture and there's a little bit more depth I need to get into this foreground before I endeavour to do the last bit, which would be the tree. So let's crack on.
Oh, your smiling face, your gracious presence, are the fires of spring, are kindling bright, are the radiant heart, you're the song of glory, cry of freedom in the night. These are the days by the sparkling river. His timely grace and our treasured faith. This is the love of the one magician. Turn the water into wine. All right. These are the days of the endless dancing that the Lord walks on the summer night. These are the days of the true romancing when I'm holding you oh so tight. These are the days of a sparkling river and His timely grace in the treasured find. This is the love of the one great magician, and the water into wine. These are the days now that we must savor and we must enjoy as we can. These are the days that will last forever. You got to hold them in your heart. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Hark now, hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know
So, what I've got to finish now is the foliage on the tree. So I'm using a sponge and dabbing along to give it loads of texture. This is a wonderful technique that can only be done at the end. The sponge is nice and soft. After you've done the sponge, you can use screwed up tin foil to get a little bit harder edge like we get on the leaves.
yeah, when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old.
A little bit of highlights where the sun is reflected on the leaves. A little dapple of white. I'm using the sponge just to soften the edges of these branches against the beautiful sky. And then I just need to finish the painting with a little bit more texture in the tree trunk. trick is knowing when to stop. I could go on and on, dabbling in a little bit more of the texture, adding a little bit more to the tree. But my challenge is to do 5 paintings in 5 days. So we're going to call this one finished as painting number 1. So tomorrow I will start another painting and see if we can get that finished in the day. Thanks for watching. Please put a comment below and subscribe if you want to follow me through this challenge. See you tomorrow. Bye.